Yesterday was a sad, sad day, but it brought some closure. It brought some closure finally to for the mother, Brittany Gosney, the mother of little James Hutchinson, who was murdered by her at her hands when she ran him over with her van. She had originally intended to abandon all three of her children in Rush Run Wildlife Sanctuary, but she had changed her mind at the last minute and put the two youngest children back in the van. And then, as she drove away, little 6-year-old James grabbed onto the door, and we can only imagine screaming and crying for mommy to let him in. But he became snagged on the car, and then she ran him over. She came back 30 minutes later just to make sure that he was dead and to put him in the back of the van. And then she put him underneath an air conditioner, wrapped up in blankets for 2 days, before her and her fiance decided to dispose of his body in the Ohio River. Brittany Gosney yesterday was sentenced for her actions and what she did. She received life in prison with the possibility of parole in 21 years. With good behavior, not getting any additional charges while incarcerated, Brittany Gosney could be out in as little as 19 years from now. Now, we still have the fiance, James Hutchinson, the fiance. His trial that for him and his actions and what he did, and as a co-conspirator on these charges. His charges and his trial are starting here in the next month. Hopefully, we'll get the same sentence for him. None of it, though, is going to bring James back. 6 years old. He did nothing wrong. He didn't deserve this. No one would deserve this. But James, he's up there now, looking over his brothers and sisters and protecting them. Guardian angel. I have to believe that. It's really tragic when things like this happen. It's even worse when you find out that it was intentional and that the person who did it, with all the possible resources out there and ways she could have gotten rid of her kids, to the grandparents on either side of the family, the aunts on either side of the family, or in another outreach program that would have taken the children from her if she couldn't handle them anymore. But she decided to take this route, to put them in the van early in the morning, just barely above freezing, in their pajamas, and drop them off in a wildlife sanctuary where she knew, and so did the rest of the community, because it had been widely reported over and over again over the years that wolves and other large animals had been seen in that area, including bears. She abandoned her children there, hoping either the weather or an animal would get them. Or maybe they just wander into the river and die themselves, miles from home. There's a special place in hell for people like Brittany Gosney, and a special place in hell for anyone who hurts a child. But now, at least we have a little bit more closure. We still have not recovered James's body, and the chances are, as time goes on, the likelihood to find James's body are less and less. 2 weeks ago, along the dive rescue department, along with the aid of a deep water sonar, that they had borrowed from a Canadian recovery team, scanned the bottom of the Ohio River in and around the bridge that Brittany Gosney admits that they threw James's body off, wrapped up in a blanket and tied to a cinder block. Nothing was found. No cinder block, no remains at all. Again, rest in peace, James. The world cares about you, even if your mother never did. If you'd like to see a video or two on this story, here are two of my suggestions. The very first video on the disappearance of James Hutchinson and the last follow-up on this story. Thank you again for watching today, and you stay safe out there.